We aren't worth much, so their mutiny wouldn't really gain them much, other than, I guess, a ship full of alcohol, which they don't know
I mean,
how
I
to
wasn't
finish.
planning on dying on the waves, nor having to cause any excess deaths.
I will assure you that won't happen. And if
Whilst
anything,
disposing of the bodies is easy, the
oh,
cleaning of the blood off the deck may not be. It's not my
well,
ship. We're
I
renting.
I have former experience in kicking people off ships. I don't think we need to be cleaning the deck.
Nothing to be proud of.
Never said I was, just said I had experience.
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh here. Oh,
Put it on your CV. EBS the Dwarf. Experience in kicking off ships.
It's Ebrius of Owls, Dwarven Monk, Master of punching people to death and off ships and
No,
lying to them. And
no, Ebriev of Alts. Yeah, well, Dwarven Monk, Kicker of Men, and Runner of Peers.
yes. Oh god, yeah, Runner of Peers, that's the best bit. Oh, excuse me, yeah, that you got me with that one.
But yes, Adrian.
Well, if you're sure, we're going to have to tell them sooner or later, and I don't want to have to deal with angry crewmates.
We will tell them when we're boarding the ship then.
Yeah.
That way they can still say no.
Before we set sail.
Before we set sail, we will be telling them that our first destination is the Isle of Sand, potentially the Africans, and then the mainland. And that we'll do it all
on a
in.
mission for the brewers, and thus they can't drink the alcohol on the ship.
Well, they can drink some of it if we just make sure that there are something else they can drink.
To make sure that they don't drink our cargo and they understand the importance of our mission. Also,
they won't drink. They won't drink the cargo if they know it's poisonous before finishing it.
I suppose that's one way of putting it.
Oh, did you not know? Yeah, well, the brew they're going to do is like extremely deadly. If you don't finish it right.
Unfinished and currently toxic. It seems like a way to convince them not to drink.
Yeah, and the fun part, it's highly flammable, so watch your flames.
Ah, crap.
Like we're basically on a ship with a bomb underneath it. Just don't use fire.
What could possibly go wrong?
But if it goes on fire, you got the water beside you. Who's heard of a ship sinking because of the fire? Never the fire that sinks the ship.
Have you ever seen any of the like pirate ship movies?
Yes, but it's the water that gets in because of the hole.
Which was burned due to the fire.
Yeah, but that's like saying someone dies because of the falling off a cliff. They actually died because of the impact. They were alive for the sweet ride down.
That depends on the fall.
Yeah, well, if you kill them by punching beforehand.
He died from falling.
Yeah, it wasn't the fact that you broke his spine with a punch, but yeah.
No worries. But yeah, anyway, the course of action today is basically just wait until everyone is gathered at the ship.
Give us 6 crew. Do we have the supplies needed?
I believe we do.
Yeah, I would say so. But you can go ask for more. You can get a couple more barrels if you want. Ask Kristen to get you some if you want.
How many journey? How many days is the journey? How many supplies do we have?
You have enough supplies for 30 days for 2 of you.
We have 34. We have 34 weeks worth of rations.
Yeah, that's it. 34 weeks of rations but that's 35 weeks of rations, but like per person. So it's like 35 weeks. It's like if you had 35 people, that's 1 week. Yeah, you have 35 weeks worth of rations.
Yeah, so we have like at best, if we stretch it, 6 weeks.
How long is the voyage?
To
That
Afrikaans is
depends.
30 days.
Yeah. So we have enough to
Right,
go
well,
go to the Alisand and the Afrikaans, restock, and then like hopefully home or the mainland,
You also
I'd
could
be more comfortable if we had twice the time supply of food.
also fish while you're sailing as well.
which would decrease or increase it
Talking
rather.
crawling with a net behind,
Yeah.
or
Do
Yeah,
we
like, do
have
a
a
trawler.
large net?
You could go ask for one.
We have 3 bales of rope. We could make one.
Well, the barrels are open for like repairing things like sails.
They are now for a net.
You could ask for a net. Kirsten said he would get you everything
I
and
think
anything you
having a
need.
net would be useful.
Agreed. Yes.
We need a net, and I want another 2 weeks worth of supplies. It's going to take us 4 to get there. Having 8 weeks of supplies is helpful in case of unexpected turns of events. Shall we
Yes.
say?
So you want 2 weeks per person or just 2 weeks?
Well, basically just more supplies in general, like more
It's
meat,
going
but
to take us 4 weeks to get there. I want 8 weeks per person.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay.
but yeah,
And,
probably yeah.
Ibris, don't forget to write down, you've only got 4 days worth of boar meat left.
But yeah, no worries.
So yeah, continue.
I mean, I'm probably just throwing it overboard as soon as we
You just take a big honk out of a leg, it's like just like rip the leg off and then you punch the body off. It's like, yeah, preparation.
exactly. But yeah, we probably also need more than 3 barrels of wooden repair, depending on what we meet at sea. We are going in a quite unconventional route, so we might want to be more careful.
Yeah, so back to the whole route plan.
Yes.
Let's have a go. Let's bring you onto that map. Wait, where am I on? Chrome. Get to that map for a second. Talking to the... I forgot to move these two into a different screen. I'm great at this. So the Afrikaans is like to draw this on the map. You're both seeing the world map, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
We'll do it in yellow. Like the Afrikaans is like this way further. Like that's because everyone would go this way, but like realistically the fastest route would just be to go in open water this way, but like everyone's too scared to do that. So
I was told this was the Afrikaans. I can now see the problem. Okay.
you were not told that's the Afrikaans.
You should have picked a bigger map.
The Afrikaans is another continent. That's why it's 30 days to get there.
Well, yeah, but the mainland also could be its continent, a continent itself, and like surely you could divide the Dakra Isles up into different continental plates.
You could, but that would mean that that's its own subsection of map.
Sure. But yeah, like route of action.
Yeah, like I just drew those 3
That way.
dots because that's or those dots because that's what was given by the map that you found. Or not found, were given by.
So are we on the X or are we on the
So
we're on the
you're
X, yes, and we're
you're on
going to the orange square.
going to the
Ish.
unmarked Isle of Sand?
Yes.
Yes, it's unmarked because no one knows it exists because it's not real to most people. You were given a like not a secret map, but was it Jesus Christ, I keep wanting to say Karametra. That's the one. That's the one. Karametra. Told you.
Kama Sutra, not Jesus Christ.
No, Karametra. Kama Sutra, different god. More pleasure, less bollocks.
But yeah, in terms of route,
Doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Actually, it doesn't make sense. No, that's a fair point. Sorry.
you were saying something in terms of route.
I'm asking what's your rough plan route because you've told the guys before we go into getting them back. You've told the guys you're going to. Why do I keep looking at the screen? You told the guys you're going to here. Like
That is a plan of action. Just straight ahead.
Also, you would be known, and Adran, you would know this too, and being a sailor, because you have the sailor background, that like no one really travels too far into open waters, and where that is very far into open waters. Like people get scared doing that. Like people know that like people believe it's safe, but at the same time they don't believe it's safe. It's like one of those things where oh yeah, of course it's safe to like get electrocuted, but like everyone's like yeah, but it's not safe to get electrocuted. It's like that sort of level of stuff. Like it's so, and the more open water you go, the more like that's where all the myths of the Kraken comes along, like falling off the face of the earth and all that stuff.
Well, I'll let the captain decide a route then.
So the other guy who's pretending to be a character, yeah. Adran?
That's the route we're going.
Okay, so you want to stop at that island twice, see if you find
Along the
ports.
coast,
You want to get close to the coast, move along that way. Okay.
and then a straight maneuver down.
Yeah. Cool. I just
They
want to
are
get that in my
gonna
head now. So if I say, "Oh, you've lost sight of X, Y, or Z," you can't go mental.
They are going to be hella mad if we tell them that within the first 3 days they're going to see mainland.
Well, it's not the mainland. You're going to tell them that we're not going to the mainland.
Because if you look at it, right, if you went to those two ports or nearest to those two ports, that's the same as Felia.
Yeah, Philea and Citrium.
Yeah, so it would like work out to be that rough like hop along thing.
They're going to be hella disappointed.
You could also look for more crew today before we get onto that, but that's up to you two. Like,
Well, no, you said like between 4 to 6 people would be enough, so we have 6.
We'll not sail if our crew are not with us.
Well, no, I have told you I'll tell them where we're actually going.
everyone was very drunk last night. You could use that as your excuse. So,
But yeah,
nothing else you want to discuss before we just jump on to midday?
I don't think so.
I don't know. No, I'm happy to jump. I just want to just make sure that there's not like I hate like sidebars that people start doing in front of the other people when it's saying sidebar.
No.
I don't know. Okay,
No,
not talking.
okay.
Okay, cool. So midday, you head towards the trading quarter. So decent walk, takes you about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so to move from the artisan quarter up through the town, through the noble square and back down. You're hearing a lot of reports of like there's a bounty out for a dwarf that smashed windows and robbed something from the Slippery Nipple. Be aware that there's a 3 gold bounty for his head, which is extremely large. Not for his head, but more for like to capture him alive. No money if he's dead. You hear a lot of this going around town now. The guards are like not questioning everyone, but they're like, "Hey, don't forget, we have a guy on the lookout. Information will be paid for. Blah blah blah." Can you roll me? And I'll give you advantage. The gnome isn't here, so if Adran, you want to roll for the gnome, just to see if and how he does. So Adran, you're gonna roll for the gnome. I'm gonna tell you your modifier. You can roll with advantage, and then the dwarf you can roll once as well. So
Okay. Well, if we're only rolling once,
you're rolling once, and the dwarf is rolling.
I scored a 15 and a 2.
So you got a 15 plus stealth. A sleight of hand? Well, either way, it's plus 6. So you got 15 plus 6, 21 from the gnome.
And 25 here.
So you got 25, yeah. So you check yourself in a mirror. You've realized that the nose was a bit skewy. You perfect. You're back to being like beautiful. You know, you're looking at this.
I'm surprised you didn't say it fell off when I ran. You know.
I should have. No one would have noticed. You're too drunk. But you keep scoring way too high on this stupid disguise. So you check the glasses, you take them off. There's a bit of a like some of the black like marker that's on it like came off, and you just pull it. You get the Sharpie, you color it in like beautiful like glasses back on. Your nose looks different. You touch up the makeup. you look at the beard going, because it's like it's now slightly different color around like the skin, so like it's ginger at the bottom, but like it's like darker top beard. Maybe this ginger beard or this dark black beard could work for me, and you're like, you're debating it. Anyway, you walk off with your glasses on. You're like, check it, you're looking good, right? So yeah,
Sure.
no one notices that like that was the thing. I forgot to ask you walked around. Anyway, it didn't really matter. He didn't get caught yet. So you head over to dock. The boat is tied up right in the corner. So Adran, you believe it's not gonna be like the easiest job to get this out of here and into the noble docks and around that like mound, because it's kind of like the entrance. If I look at the map, I'm just gonna scan out like give us a color, lads, and I'll draw it in. Any color. Green.
What colors can
Green
you do?
it is.
Green.
Green it is. Okay. So your boat's parked here, and like the way out is over here, and like it's a bit tight here where you're parked. So like, Adron, it's gonna be you're confident you can do it. You've never driven a boat this big, but like, yeah, you'll get it out. But like, it's gonna be a little bit of a pain. And as you're walking up to the boat, you see Chrisen. He's like, "Oh, welcome, lads. Are you ready to sail today? How long is it gonna be? Did you find yourselves a crew? I know you were talking about that last night, and it's a little early, but you might have found someone by now."
Hello, Kizen. Yes, we did indeed find a crew.
Oh, very well. And how much do I need to pay them?
30 gold. But
30. I said 10 gold per person.
And there are 3 crewmates.
Oh, sorry. Yes, maths. Thank God I could brew beer, and I'm not an accountant, right?
But we might need more supply.
He's like, okay. I'll get you the supply out of the 30 gold, and we'll see what's left over, yeah? And how much more supply you on about?
Almost twice as much food.
But surely when you get to Afrikaans, you're just going to supply over there. We have people waiting to supply you.
Yeah. Okay, well, at least a good, shall we say 5 more barrels?
5 more weeks of food.
Well,
I
10.
suppose, like, if the wind's not blowing, like, but 30, that's like, fine, you know what? Fine. Like, yep. Don't
spend the 30 gold. I'll make up the difference.
No, I won't spend all of it. No. Like a barrel of for this is about 5 silver. So we're looking at 5. We're looking at 2.5 silver or 2.5 gold. Like, it's not much. It's not much. It's a lot of money, but for a trip like this, we need it to last, and we don't need anything.
I will pay you the 3 gold if you don't take it from the 30.
He's like, okay then I'll just take that off the. Okay, okay, fine. It's 2.5, but yeah. Is there anything else we need? And he's looking at Adran, going, "He's the captain. Why is this brewer talking and saying what you need?" Like,
there is a suggestion that we might need a net.
A net? Oh, you plan to fish on the way to keep the food supply.
Trawling behind some fish might be helpful,
like,
or for tying down the cargo.
Oh, yes. Okay, very well. I can see that. You'll probably need, if you're going to tie it down, you'll need some nails. Yep, that can be arranged. Like, if you're going to be fishing, like, why do you need so much food? Like 35 weeks worth of food.
There's no guarantee in the open seas there will be fish.
Okay.
Some for the return journey. As you say, you have people there who can.
Well, yes, our contacts are by the.
There's no guarantee that we will be able to find fish in the open seas.
Very well. You are the captain.
More contingency planning in case something goes wrong and the voyage takes longer than anticipated.
Yes, very well. In fact, that's why we thought 35 weeks was enough. But
whilst I am a diviner, I cannot predict the elements.
No,
we are at the mercy of the wind and the storms.
He chuckles a little bit when you say storms. Like, yes, of course. He's like looking at you, going, yes. Like, I know this. I'm an intelligent man, but he has no fucking notion. you could literally tell him some highfalutin bollocks, and he's going to believe you because you're the captain. Like, you're the expert.
Use some petrol and a motor. We'll be done there even faster. But
Yes, of course,
Do,
of course.
do you by any chance also have some barrels of either ale or just some alcohol to keep the morale up?
Oh, of course. Well, how else are you going to drink? Like, you can't drink seawater, you silly boy.
Exactly. It's just that was not mentioned in the inventory report. Therefore, we might want to add that.
Oh, okay. So you need 2 liters per person. A barrel is.
Barrel is Google. Help us out.
Shut up. Well, okay. Oh shit. 160. 160 would divided by 2 is about 80 days per person per barrel. Let's say 3, so let's say 5 weeks. No, 50 days. Jesus Christ! Why can't I do mental maths? Never do mental maths on stream. Yeah,
and
50
make
days.
a Google
So
search for
he's like, yes. I was going to put in 10 barrels of water. Like this is going to get very heavy very soon. Will we take out some of the water and swap it for beer?
Should we go 8-10? 8-2, sorry.
Yes, that would be more reasonable. You can't crew man a crew with that's drunk. Like, how will you ever, like, what if there's an emergency?
apply more alcohol.
He's like, that's always the answer on dry land, but if your sea legs aren't steady, then you're gonna fall off the boat.
I have heard that if the boat is rocking and your body is rocking, you're walking straight.
Sure. Just looking at you blankly going, he doesn't understand. He's like, sure. Oh, do you know what's really funny? I realized I'm just seeing everyone saw me do the maths because
Yep.
I Googled on Chrome. Oh, great.
I'm waiting for the Tiberian does mathematics stream. It'll be hilarious.
Do you know what? If I was going to do that, I'd actually practice my mental maths again. I used to do statistics for a laugh. Like, I love
You don't need
statistics.
to practice. It's more fun when you get it wrong.
No. Oh, don't get me started. I fucking hate that. I've been doing percentages for the last 3 days straight at work, and fuck me, if I have to get another percentage off the top of my head to give someone an estimation, no, fuck off. Anyway, more importantly, back to the game. So, some time passes. You're discussing all the yeah. He's going to have to shoot 8 and 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 160 liters of water per barrel. So let's just write this all down. So I'm just going to write this down. 8 water. 2 beer, and that's 160 per